I think he'll go for early. I think he might start early, so we got to be ready for that. Well, that's when he fights fighters like Zab Judah who don't get in shape for fights, and Manny Pacquiao does, and we won't get tired, believe me.
But will he be different from the Mayweather you fought with De La Hoya?
Yeah, I think he's older and slower.
To be a greatest is not based on your record undefeated, because there's so many fighters na nag-retire na undefeated.
Of Manny Pacquiao back at Wild Card, like he's never left, ready to go again, working with Freddie Roach. I feel like I'm back in 2010, the Wayback Machine. Pacquiao looked pretty good in some of the videos that I saw, like he wasn't in horrible shape.
Freddie Roach sends a chilling warning to Floyd Mayweather, saying he is not ready. He insists Manny Pacquiao now commands every move, returning relentless, focused, and ready to dominate.
That you saw that Pacquiao has his fire back. Where did you see that move, or when did that come into your conscience?
When I watched him sparring for the first 2 weeks, it was just, the in and out, the speed, making the guy, catching the guy 3-4 punch combination, getting out, making a miss. It was enjoyable to watch.
Manny Pacquiao pushes himself through relentless pad work with Freddie Roach, every strike snapping with speed, precision, and purpose, as discipline and focus build a quiet storm of determination for what's coming next. Manny Pacquiao speaks with quiet certainty, promising he will be the one to finally crack Floyd Mayweather, stepping into history with the intention of shattering that untouched 50-0 record once and for all.
Ano kaya advantage mo?
God willing, mag-anuan tayo, mag-isay natin mabuti. Paghandaan na natin mabuti para magandang laban na may...
Freddie Roach looks back on the first clash, admitting Floyd Mayweather dictated the pace, while Manny Pacquiao entered the ring older, a step slower, and nowhere near his absolute prime.
I don't know, you think about that it got to that point, and Floyd played the game. He played the waiting game, and he won.
Yes.
He got paid. He got Pacquiao at an age where he knew that his punches weren't going to hurt him.
Yes.
He could avoid them. And it was an older fighter.
It was. And when Pacquiao fought his last fight in Australia, after the fight, I said, Manny, I said, you know what? I says, I think being a senator and being a fighter at the same time is like maybe a little bit too much, because I said, it's hard enough being a world champion fighter, or it might be just as hard being a senator. But I says, I think that you should strongly think about giving one of those up for now and choose the one that you like best. And he has not spoken.
Manny Pacquiao pushes back on the obsession with perfection, saying an undefeated record alone doesn't define true greatness, pointing instead to his 8 division titles as a rare, almost impossible achievement that still stands unmatched in boxing history.
First 8 different weight division, which is the hardest accomplishment na in boxing.
And the only one.
The only one.
Division.
First, diba? Yung kumbaga, that's the hardest accomplishment in boxing ma-achieve. And also, yung blessings ng Panginoon na naging champion ako in 4 different decades. Do you imagine that? Bihira yung mangyari. First time in history na a fighter who became a champion in four different decades. So 90s, 2000, 2010, 2020. So bihira mangyari yan. So at least makaklaim ako.
Manny Pacquiao takes a sharp jab at Floyd Mayweather, calling him boastful and materialistic, suggesting that beyond the ropes his image is shaped by excess pride, a fixation on wealth, and a noticeable absence of humility.
In this conversation, you say, I don't like boastful people. How was it like fighting Mayweather then? Did he get on your nerves? Because I feel like he's a little bit more boastful than the people you might be wanting to hang out with.
Yeah, he's boastful. I think his God is the material things, money, everything like that. I'm pretty with him because I want to share the word of God in him if he believe God.
Yeah. I've heard he's a generous man. I think he's done good things. I think, he kind of reminds me of like a lot of people are like this, by the way, including myself. I'm not just saying him. I'm including myself. The man who goes up to Jesus and says, what should I do to get into heaven? He says, sell all your belongings. And he walked away crying because he couldn't sell his belongings.
Manny Pacquiao puts everything on display through grueling training sessions, showing that actions speak louder than words, as he locks in on discipline, sharp preparation, and relentless effort instead of getting lost in constant talk. Dan Patrick raises a quiet doubt about a Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao rematch, questioning whether the hype truly reflects public demand, even with the massive history shared by the two legendary fighters.
Fighter. I mean, the presentation is flashy, but he's a defense-first fighter. There's nothing to, when you watch him, you go, oh, okay, didn't get hit again, and he didn't get hit again. Tactically, he's brilliant, but not exciting. So, hey, if you sign up for it, go get him. It'll be September, so maybe it's a slow night for you, and you go, well, maybe I'll just buy this fight. Let me see these two guys lean on each other. But I don't know if this has to do, boxers never retire. Sugar Ray Leonard told me this when I went to his first retirement in Baltimore, and he talked about fighters never retire. The phone stops ringing.
Roy Jones Jr. speaks with deep respect while describing Manny Pacquiao's brilliance and creativity inside the ring there. He emphasizes that Pacquiao's greatest strength is not just power, but constant motion and unpredictable rhythm itself unfolding. According to Jones, Pacquiao never stays still long enough to become an easy target, creating confusion even for highly skilled opponents inside ring. Jones explains that Pacquiao's footwork and angles let him attack from unexpected positions, making him extremely difficult to defend against successfully ever. Every movement carries purpose, and each step sets up the next strike. This fluid style forces opponents to hesitate. And in boxing, even one moment of hesitation can completely change the fight.
Victory. Now guys don't do that. Pac-Man, fortunately, is one of those guys who knows how to use the ring. So he don't stand in just one place and fight. With that being said, if his legs can hold up for 12 rounds, he's the guy to do it.
Jones also highlights that Pacquiao blends pure speed with sharp intelligence, reading every reaction in real time and adjusting instantly before his opponents can even settle. That instinct keeps him constantly one step ahead, flipping defense into offense in a matter of seconds. In Jones' view, Pacquiao's agility isn't just physical movement, it's mental sharpness under pressure, a rare awareness that never breaks even in chaos. And it's this unusual mix of movement, speed, and fight IQ that makes Pacquiao not just dangerous, but truly unforgettable in boxing history.
He did.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, stop. What's the guy named in the wheelchair right now?
Paul Williams.
He could have fought him.
I don't think he would have beat.
I ain't say that. I say he could have fought him, though.
He did.
And you don't think, hey, in my opinion, the only person that really had a chance in his weight class back then was Amir Khan. He wasn't touching Amir Khan. That time Amir had too good a feet. He wasn't fighting Amir Khan.
Amir was calling him out for years.
He wasn't fighting Amir Khan. Amir Khan had too good a feet. I already know this.
I just don't think he would have beat Floyd.
I ain't saying you don't know.
Timing was very too good.
Yeah, what you
he was young, he was fast, he was knocking people out.
You don't understand boxing like I do, though. Floyd was knocking out? Besides
that time, nobody.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you ain't knocking people out, you got to catch Khan and knock him out, and you got to get out that shoulder. You got to chase Khan.
Dan Patrick offers a reflective and slightly critical take while discussing the possibility of a rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. He questions whether fans are genuinely demanding this fight or if unseen forces are pushing it forward behind closed doors right now. Patrick humorously suggests boxing may be drifting into a phase where retired legends could easily be summoned back into the spotlight, mentioning Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, and Mike Tyson. His tone carries concern about whether the sport is becoming too dependent on nostalgia instead of fresh competition. He also hints financial pressures may be shaping decisions now. suggesting comebacks could be driven less by legacy and more by money. This raises doubts about the real purpose behind such high-profile matchups.
But, maybe, financial issues could be affecting one or both of these fighters, and that's why you're doing it. I don't know why you watch this unless the undercard is really good. Maybe the novelty of being in that building, having a boxing match in the Sphere, but it's real. It's real. Does Conor McGregor get the winner of this fight? I mean, now, if Conor McGregor got to do MMA against Floyd, now that would be fun. That would have been interesting. But it's like, and then do one of the brothers, what are their names? The Paul brothers, do they get to fight somebody? I mean, is this where boxing is?
Yes.
Dan Patrick goes a step further, questioning the real entertainment value behind it all, wondering whether audiences are now more drawn to the spectacle around a fight rather than the fight itself. Even though the original clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao brought in massive global attention and record-breaking revenue, he subtly suggests that repeating that moment might no longer carry the same raw authenticity or emotional weight it once did. And in that reflection, his concern becomes clearer. Boxing may not just be chasing greatness anymore, but replaying history on loop for profit. Ultimately, his viewpoint leaves a lingering question hanging in the air. Is the sport truly moving forward into a new era, or is it slowly turning into a stage where the past is endlessly brought back for one more payday?
Man, but you start to read articles of, he's got things in foreclosure, and I can't imagine that you would lose but Mike Tyson did. But then, we had people stealing right in front of him. That was the difference here. But with Floyd, I thought Floyd was like a Darrell Revis kind of businessman. So that's, if he's coming back because he needs money, that is sad. Yes, Todd.
How much money, and I don't understand the financial part of how they get millions of dollars to have these fights that supposedly are kind of ridiculous and it's like an exhibition nobody wants to see. How much of that money is based on who goes to the fight and as far as people that are buying pay-per-view? What if so many people decided, I'm not going to the fight, I'm not going to watch it on pay-per-view, they're still going to get millions of dollars? There's still enough money out there to pay these guys?
Chris Manx reflects on Manny Pacquiao stepping back into training with Freddie Roach, calling it a nostalgic sight for boxing fans, almost like a time machine pulling them back to their prime years when that partnership once ruled the sport. But alongside the emotion, he also brings in a note of caution, reminding viewers not to get carried away by short training clips alone. He points out that anyone can look sharp in a few seconds of footage, and even fighters like Mike Tyson have appeared explosive in brief promotional moments. According to Manx, these highlight reels can easily create a false sense of readiness, and should never be mistaken for real fight condition.
Look, I can post a video and look good for 10 seconds right now. Just like when Mike Tyson looked like when he was promoting the Jake Paul fight. You writers and you guys with the non-boxing, I need to get those videos out of your head, because they're just clips. Anyone could look good for that long. I can train you to look good for 10 seconds. It'll be pretty hard, but I can train you to look good for 10 seconds on video. So don't worry about that. I look, Bob Arum knows what he's talking about, because it's the legs that's going to get to Pacquiao, not the power, not the explosive speed in front of a heavy bag. But whenever you're in front of an opponent and he's going to be moving around, it's the legs that are going to fail you. They're going to betray you. The power's not going to betray you. That lasts until the very end. His punch resistance, that's not going to betray him, because that never goes. Speed, and it's because you rely on your legs. That's the thing that goes at age. So at 46 years old, Manny Pacquiao's not going to have.
Drawing from insights often echoed by Bob Arum, he emphasizes that age doesn't take power first. It takes the legs. Movement, balance, endurance, all the things that quietly hold a fighter together start to fade before anything else. And for Manny Pacquiao, whose style has always been built on explosive footwork and constant angles, that detail matters more than most. Still, Chris Manx believes experience doesn't disappear, it evolves. He suggests Pacquiao's ring intelligence could be the real difference now, allowing him to adjust instead of forcing the old rhythm. In his view, seasoned fighters understand how to slow the chaos, manage the pace, pick moments instead of chasing them, and protect what matters most. And because of that, this return doesn't feel reckless. It feels calculated, almost like a veteran choosing every step before the storm even begins.
Pacquiao only got knocked out 3 times in 72 fights. 2 of those were in the 90s before you and I even knew him. And 1 time against Marquez, it was a 1-punch knockout. Those really don't take away from your career and your longevity. It was 1-punch knockouts. It's the beatdowns over a long period of time, for 10, 12, 11, 11 rounds. Those are the ones that catch up to you. Those are the ones that actually slow you down and are detrimental to your health. 1-punch knockouts, you can get past those. Early knockouts that are way back in the rearview mirror.
Timothy Bradley offers a balanced take on the upcoming clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, acknowledging the wave of criticism around its timing and whether it's truly necessary at this stage. Still, he points out that reality tells a different story, because a matchup like this doesn't quietly fade, it pulls the entire boxing world back into focus. Bradley explains that no matter the doubts, fights of this scale are built on history, legacy, and global appeal that still resonates deeply with fans. He suggests that while people may argue it's happening too late, the names alone continue to command respect, curiosity, and conversation everywhere. And in the end, that's exactly what keeps the spotlight locked on both fighters, no matter how much time has passed.
Because he needs money, that's why. All the rumors are true. It's a sad thing, but it is what it is. But it is what it is. And you know one more thing. If Mayweather didn't believe that he can beat Manny Pacquiao, he wouldn't be in the ring with him. Yeah, Mr. Sensitive. I love Mayweather, but let's keep it a buck. Oh, he's sensitive as hell. Not only is he sensitive, the man, he's insecure like hell. He's insecure, and he got to have a leg up on. And he saw the Barrios fight, and Barrios just got smashed by freaking Ryan Garcia. And then now, he like, Barrios is all right. I'm better than Barrios. Shit, even though I'm damn near 50, I'm still better than Barrios. My experience, my hand speed, I take care of myself. I had some exhibitions. I know I can still do.
Timothy Bradley also highlights that both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao fully understand what's at stake, knowing their reputations are always under a microscope no matter how much time has passed. Even at this stage of their careers, he points out that experience, skill, and ring intelligence still carry real weight and cannot simply be ignored. In Bradley's view, this fight goes beyond proving dominance. It becomes a response to expectation, pressure, and everything the boxing world is demanding from them. And whether critics agree with it or not, the matchup keeps generating constant conversation, staying alive in headlines and debates, ultimately cementing itself as one of the most talked about events in modern boxing.
He like, I still can do this. I can beat Manny Pacquiao. I saw what Barrios did to him. So that's the reason why this fight is happening. The rumors are damn true. It's sad, but it is what it is. And you know what? The money right now for content is crazy. Netflix is paying for any type of great content, man. If you seen the change with Netflix, man, I almost canceled my damn subscription with Netflix because I got sick and tired of seeing the same boring ass shit on Netflix. And now they got this woman in place now, and she's seeking out, and she want the best of the best content. They got podcasters and stuff all on Netflix now. I mean, it has grown crazy. So, Jake Paul opened up.
Boxing Ego host delivers a critical breakdown of Manny Pacquiao stepping back into the ring against a dangerous power puncher, while raising concerns over inactivity on both sides. He explains that although Pacquiao has not been consistently active, his opponent still carries serious knockout power, having troubled fighters like Timothy Bradley and Chris Algieri in the past. Analyst emphasizes key idea often repeated in boxing: power is the last attribute to fade.
Right? And he fighting a power puncher in Ruslan Provodnikov. I get it, he ain't been fighting, he's inactive, but Pacquiao, he ain't really active either. He fought Barrios, and that's it. So Pacquiao gonna fight a big puncher who hurt Tim Bradley, who hurt Chris Algieri, who Lucas Matisse had to box, and John Molina and all these people had to box because he hit too hard. They say power is the last thing to go. And you got the Floyd Mayweather fight looming. I'm surprised Netflix didn't force them to cancel these exhibitions. So that's on the Pacquiao side. Boom. On the Floyd Mayweather side, look at this. Floyd Mayweather keep in mind the Pacquiao-Maypac 2.
That raises serious risk for an older fighter returning after limited recent competitive activity level. Even if Manny Pacquiao still holds experience and skill, facing a heavy puncher always brings real danger inside ring. Shifting focus, he also raises questions about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and ongoing exhibition involvement fights. He expresses confusion about the level of opposition, noting some matchups lack credibility and appear more spectacle than serious competition in reality now. Overall, the analyst maintains a skeptical stance toward both sides, implying these fights are driven more by entertainment and financial motives than genuine competitive necessity in the sport, as he suggests.
Floyd it says Battle of the Legends, Floyd Money Mayweather versus Mike Zimbitis. 180 fights, 158 wins, 87 knockouts. I don't even know who this is, bro. But Floyd finna fight an exhibition against this Ninja Turtle looking muff. Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Bro, get this turtles in a half shell, a turtle power, cowabunga. Bro, this man got a tortoise shell. Bro, Floyd about to fight whatever dude's name is. Zamibia or whatever his name is. So Floyd about to fight Zamunda or whatever this guy got. Zamunda.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned, because until next time, you never really know what's coming next in the world of boxing.